Well, hello everyone. Happy holidays. It's your girl Dina Diamond here, wishing you a happy holidays. So I got my little Santa outfit on. I hope y'all like it. I think it's cute. I found it on Amazon. Got it for like $25 on sale, but it's really cute. The color is nice and bright. The material is actually strong and pretty warm. I'm gonna have to take this hat off in a minute because I will get hot. But it's a cute little outfit. I got the little stockings, the candy cane legs, the whole caboodle, y'all. My tree is in the background. I decorated, put a few things up. I wanted to feel festive this year. I wanted to get in the mood. It's been a while since I decorated. Take this hood off. All right. So I got the fire going in the background. I hope y'all are warm. And Mr. Rudolph is here up front with me. He's gonna do this video with me today, so I hope y'all don't mind. Hopefully you like my tree in the background. I'm trying to give you a little presentation, a little background, something for the season. I got my little outfit on, feeling like Mrs. Claus. Although I don't have any gifts, you know what? I am the gift. So, what's everyone doing for the holidays? By the time you watch this video, it will be Christmas. I will be home. I might hang out with a few friends, but for the most part, I'm gonna be here. Um, I wanted to go home for the holidays, but that just didn't work out for me. But I'm gonna put that on my list for early next year. I do have some family, some friends, and even some coworkers that I just need to reconnect with. But we are in a recession right now, so I'm trying to be real cautious and real careful with how I spend my money. But 2025 went by so fast, I'm not complaining. Since it is Christmas, let's talk a little bit about Christmas. All right. I'm curious to know what was your most favorite gift and what was your worst gift? I can tell you mine. My favorite gift, let's see. One gift I wanted was this Hot Wheels colored car wash station. And I know, yes, I do. I'm two spirits, so I like boy things and girl things. But I was so infatuated with Hot Wheels back in the day. They used to have these Hot Wheels and they used to change colors depending on the water. So if the water was warm, it would turn maybe a darker color. And if the water was cold, it would turn a lighter color. But I had these little Hot Wheels and I begged my mother for this car wash. And it was just so dope. It was so fun. But it was also pretty expensive back then. And you had so much to look forward to. It was always, lots of things that you wanted for Christmas that you would beg your parents for. Anytime that you would get that Toys R Us paper, you would open it up. Well, I would open it up and we used to circle what we wanted and give it to our mother. And she would know what we wanted for Christmas. And most of the time, my mother would get it. Yeah. And let's see, my worst gift. So my aunt and my uncle used to give out the worst gifts. I mean, don't get me wrong, they were gifts because they were things that you would need, like socks and underwear. But no kid wants to get socks and underwear for Christmas. And I remember I would open up the box and be so disappointed, like, and feeling like they were cheap. But now I know when you have a lot of nieces and nephews and cousins and kids of your own, Christmas can be really expensive. Christmas isn't all about receiving, but it's really all about, giving, giving to another person, whether it be your time, whether it be a gift, whether it be love, but it should be about giving something of you to another person. And that does not have to be monetary or, something tangible. I didn't grow up with a lot of money, but when I tell you when Christmas would come, we would always have so many gifts. And I don't know where my mother would get money from, but she would get money and she would have plenty of gifts for us to open on Christmas Day. And I don't know, that really resonated with me because I know she's Santa. My mother is definitely Santa. She's Santa. I'm Santa. We are definitely Santa Claus for real. I told my mother the other day that I think she was made at the North Pole. hmm But growing up, me and my sister, whenever we would see gifts underneath the tree, we would take a little toothpick and poke a little hole in it so we can try to see what it was. Bad kids. But has anyone ever seen Santa Claus? Let me tell you a story. No lie, kids, you no lie. I saw Santa Claus for real. I think I was maybe in the first or second grade, and I heard something outside my window, and I went out the window, and when I tell you I saw Santa Claus, y'all, I did. I saw Santa Claus, his sleigh, and the reindeers going across the sky. And I know you might be thinking, like, child, you did not see Santa Claus. And I don't know who else out there has had that vision or feel like they saw Santa Claus, but I did. I don't know why I feel like I did, but I did. So the question is, do you believe in Santa Claus? Christmas was always a fun time just to be with family, and family is really important. Family is important, y'all. I miss being around family. I mean, I'm good now. I'm okay with just, on those moments when I'm alone, but I do love my family. I love them down. I love being around my family, especially during the holidays. And I feel like those are important times that we really need to use that time to connect and be with the ones that we love. A lot of times we don't get to see family because maybe we moved away or we just get caught up in our daily lives. But I'm not trying to sound like a hypocrite because I'm not with family now. But I do speak to my family daily, and I have plans. I'm going to meet up with them. I have so many memories of just the holidays, Christmas, growing up. We would always go visit family. Whoever cooked the best, we would go to their house first. Getting together with family, it was always a good time. We would travel together. We would drive down south. Um, back in those days, my family had Cadillacs, so we would drive a big old Cadillac down south. And Cadillacs were like a 747 airplane, y'all. They were so big and so heavy. You could fit so many people in that car. And when you're little kids, you can probably fit like 5 kids in the back. And that's how we travel. We would drive down south to visit my aunts, and it was always a good time. Yeah, I miss those days. But yeah, spend time with your family. If you're not doing that, if you can't see them, make sure you reach out to them, pick up the phone, call them. I know I do. I call my aunts, my uncles, and when I tell you, it's sometimes you think I can talk. Oh, I come from a family of talkers. They can talk, y'all. My family can talk. And I guess I love it. I embrace it because it's not like I'm talking to them every day. So when they do get me, I give them my ear, I give them my time. I don't rush them off the phone because you never know when the next time you'll get to talk to that person. So have a good time with your family this year. Have a good time with your friends. Or if you're by yourself, have a good time and enjoy yourself alone. I'm alone. There's something wrong with it, but I won't be that way for long. All right, so we talked about your best Christmas gift. We talked about your worst Christmas gift. What about your most embarrassing Christmas gift? Well, I got one for you. So one year, and before I start this story, don't judge me, y'all. But one year, one Christmas, I begged my mother for a bicycle. We went to the bicycle shop, and I picked out my bike, and she told me she was gonna get it for me for Christmas. And I waited for Christmas. That bike was on layaway all summer. So Christmas comes, and I wake up and I do not see a bike, and I'm looking under the tree. I'm like, well, looking behind the tree, like, where's the bike? So my mother, she takes me and she brings me into her bedroom, and she tells me to open up the closet. And when I open up the closet, my bike was there. I was so happy. I was so happy I got that bike. And I I knew how to ride a bike, but I wasn't riding a bike that often. Because we lived in a hood, we lived in a neighborhood where you don't go outside. So I had this bike, it was so cute, and I would ride it in the hallways and up the building. So when you live in a so back in the day when you grow up in the hood and you live in an apartment building, you don't go outside and ride that bike. Because one, they would steal it, or two, you probably would get shot. So you would ride that bike in the hallways. So I would ride my bike in the hallways until I got tired and bored. But I had this one friend. Well, he wasn't really a friend, but he lived in the building. This boy, he was cute, y'all. But wait, why he had this little keychain, right? He had this little keychain dangler in front of me and wanted to show me how cool his keychain was. And my silly butt, because I'm attracted to him, I got a little crush on him. I felt like the keychain was the best thing. So he said to me, how about we switch? How about we trade for the day? I'll trade you my keychain for your bike. I know. I was crazy. Why I gave that boy my bike? I said, don't judge me. Don't judge me. And, this happened, I don't know, so many years ago when I was a little kid. But I remember this story. And I normally do not tell this story because it was so embarrassing. And it's still embarrassing to this day, y'all. I traded a brand new bicycle for a keychain. I went home. My mother was like, where's your bike? I said, I don't have it right now. She said, where's your bike? I said, I traded it for this keychain. My mother grabbed me so quick by the arm. She said, come on, we're going to get your bike right now. We are going to get your bike right now. She dragged me. I'm so nervous because I knew that this was going to be a problem. I knew it. I knew it was going to be a problem. So we get down. We get down to whatever floor they lived on. My mother knocks on the door. The boy mothers come to the door. And my mother is like, my child exchanged a bike for a keychain, and I'm here to get the bike back. When I tell you that boy's mother was like, oh, ain't no bike here. She was like, we don't have no bike in here. She lied, y'all. She lied. She told my mother that there was no bike, and that was the end of that. I think I may have ridden that bike maybe 2 or 3 times, and that was it. So, moral of the story is don't you ever be boy crazy. All right, so I come from a family where all the women are really big on playing lotto. My grandmother used to play lotto every day. My aunts, my mother, and I mean they even have dream books. And back in the day, used to have a number man that would come to the house and play the numbers. Now I don't know if you know anything about street numbers, but street numbers, you can make some money. Don't ask me what kind of system they got set up, what machine draws the numbers, but the man would come to the house. He would ask what number you wanted to play. He would put that number in for you. And then there was some sort of system. Either they would come to the house, call you, and let you know you hit, or oh, I know there was this little there was this paper that would come out, and they would print this paper called the Big Mac, and one was yellow, one was blue, and then one was red, and I think that one was Big Red. But these were illegal numbers. I don't know how they were printing them and putting them in the stores, but they did, and people would win money. My family won money, honey. I would love when they hit the lotto because I knew we were gonna eat good that week. Y'all remember when $100 would last you like 2 weeks? Not anymore. It's like 2 days. I heard that the Powerball has over $1 billion in it. $1 billion, y'all. You know what I can do with that money? What would you do with that money if you won it? If you won $1 billion today, what would you do? Would you want your money in installments or would you want a lump sum? Give me my money. Give me my money all right now. I don't want no increments. I want a lump sum right now because tomorrow is never promised. So I got my ticket. It's here. My Powerball ticket. I played this in Georgia. So if I don't make any more videos after this, you know why? Because I won. But I think if I won and I became a billionaire, I still would make content. I still would do these videos. I think this is still my legacy, right? I probably wouldn't be the one recording it or, coming up with the ideas or having to dress myself. Somebody else would be doing that. I still would make videos. If I win, if I win, what would I do? Well, the first thing is I'm gonna buy me a big old house, lots of space, so I can continue to create my content, have some parties, definitely lots of clothes, like outfits, cute little things, some shoes. Um, I don't think I would get any work done. Maybe I'll get a little tummy tuck or something. Maybe just get this waist snatched. That's about it. But if I had money, I would definitely buy a lot of land. I really want a farm. I would love to have a huge home on some farmland with some animals and some farmers. I mean, I'm gonna help out do a few things, but that's not gonna be my job. I'm not trying to work, but I would love to make everything on my land, to sell it to the local markets. I don't know, but food is just so different today. I feel like our agriculture is just going down the drain. Well, it's time for me to get ready for Santa. I'm gonna go in here and bake these cookies and get this milk and lay it out. So when the evening time comes, Santa will have a nice little gift waiting under my tree. Well, until next time, have a good one, everyone. Enjoy your Christmas, and I'll see you all soon.